Okay, we're recording too. Awesome. So tonight we have so many new people. So what I want to do is I want to make your life a little bit easier. Oh, here she is again. And I just want to go over what do we do that pays us. So what is really important to keep us in the money, right? When we first start, I know it's really overwhelming and it's really difficult to know what it is that we do to get ourselves going. So essentially, all you need to really be putting in is about an hour a day. And we do really encourage you to be as consistent as you can with this. I mean, I do have Sundays where all I really do is posting, but I do the occasional message, but generally Monday to Saturday, I put in at least an hour a day to do my DMO. Well, actually, I put in way more than that, but if you're first starting, you don't need to put more than that in. Now, if you've got any questions along the way, just sing out and I can answer them for you. So we're going to go over what we call our 5 high-paying activities. So what are these? The first one is sharing. So what does sharing mean? So sharing means that we are sharing a bit about ourselves, sharing a bit about our journey, sharing some inspiration, sharing some interaction, sharing about you and your life. So this is posting. Essentially, this is posting on either social media or, it's sharing with people that you speak to face to face. But generally, when we talk about sharing, we talk about posting. So whether this is Facebook, Instagram, or both, or any other platform, you choose what works for you and you go for it on that one, whatever works for you. Why do we post? Okay, so there's a few reasons why we post. One of the reasons why we post is because for any of you who understand what Facebook algorithms are, we want to get people to see our posts, and we do that by being an active user. So Facebook sees us as an active user when we're posting at least once, if not twice a day, every day. And what that does is when you're an active user, it means that Facebook is going to show your posts to more of your friends. So you're going to have more reach. People are going to see more of what you're doing. So they're going to start following you, that you're going to get more interaction and more connection from people. And that's how you build up a following. That's how you build up connections to grow your business, to bring on customers, to attract team to you. So why is the other reason why we post? Because we want people to know what we're doing, right? So if we don't put up a post, how are they supposed to know what we're doing? They can't read your mind. They want to be able to see that you're actually doing something, so that even if they're not ready right now to improve their health or to change their financial situation, they at least know that at some point when they're ready, they're going to go, that's right. Oh, Rachel, she's the one that does the healthy lifestyle program. I'll go and talk to her. So they remember because they see your posts. So that's why, another reason why we post, right? Another one is because we want to build rapport and relationship and trust with people that are following us. Hi, Kath. Hi, Naren. So how do we do this? We do this by posting, by sharing ourselves, by sharing our life, by sharing what we're doing. When people can see you, they see you, as in they see your face, they see your life, they see that you're totally relatable, because you're wanting to attract people who are like you, right? So, if you're a young mum, you want to attract young mums. If you're a, empty nester like myself, or, you're kind of at that stage where your kids are starting to move out, you're wanting to attract the same woman to you. So, you want to be building that trust, and you do that by showing yourself, by being vulnerable, by putting yourself out there so that people can actually see that you're a normal person, you're relatable, and they learn to trust you. And when they trust you, they're more likely to go to you. How many people have bought a product or a service from a friend as opposed to going to some other website or, Facebook page that you don't know them? Me, myself, I got this through my friend. And that's because I knew her and I trusted her. So, and for me, any other service, I will always go to my friends first, as I say, can you recommend somebody, before I go to any website. So most people are the same. So that's why we post. How often do we need to post? Like I said before, you want to be posting at least once a day. So if you've just started and you haven't done any posting before, then it's okay, we get it. You don't have to start filling your feed with all sorts of posts. But we do recommend that you at least start to post at least once a day and then kind of build that up to 2. I think I used to do it 3 times a day, and it actually gets really difficult to do, and I don't really think it's that necessary. So once at least, and possibly twice a day. What do you post? So there's lots and lots of different things you post, and I know I get this question a lot where people say, I don't know what to post. What do I post? Okay, first thing that we can do, selfies. Selfies are really, really popular. They get really good traction. So people love to see your face. And of course, this is a really good way of you, so people get to know who you are. They can see you and they can see that you're a real person. Like my post that I put up about my eyebrows today. I mean, the amount of people that have commented and loved on that. And that's just because it's a picture of me and I'm going, hey, I got my eyebrows done today. And it might seem silly to you, but people really love seeing stuff like that. And another thing is, like, if you're a mum, like I know we talked about this the other day, Amira, if you're a mum and you've got kids and you're like, I don't know what to post, take a picture of you and your kids, because you're a mum and you want to attract mums to you, right? Because you want mums in your team. So put out that you're a mum so that they know. And, I do this all the time. So when I go to add new friends, I'll look through their profile and I'll have a look and see if they're sharing anything about themselves. And I can go, oh, yeah, I relate to her. Yep, she's like me. She's, she's got older kids, or, she's doing this in her life. And so that's how people get to know you, if they can see it on your posts, either in your photos, whether it's your profile photo or it's your other photos. So they know that you're actually a real person and what it is you do, so they can connect with you. Another thing that we like to do is we like to add value. So how do you add value? Adding value means simply, before you post something, ask yourself, is this going to inspire somebody, educate somebody, lift somebody up, encourage somebody, put some kind of, make someone feel happy? Before you post it, if you say no to that, don't post it. If you say yes, then post it. That's an add value, and you want it to come from you. So whatever your love, your passion, your interest is, post about that, because again, people want to get to know who you are. So if you're sharing something that you're passionate about, then they're going to more likely be attracted to who you are and what you're doing. So I just want to talk about the pillars, for example. So I'm just going to basically talk about the pillars, and I want you guys to write these down. So we've all got pillars. Now, pillars are 3 things. So my 3 pillars are connection, growth, and contribution. So what are your 3 pillars? When you think about what is really, really, really important to you, so what do you value the most in your life? Think of 3 values that you have that are really important to you. These are going to become your pillars. So when you're posting about that so people can see, oh, this person, family is really important to her, or giving to others is really important to her, or just spirituality is really important to her. So you want these are your pillars, and these are what you're going to be posting about. So this gives you a basic idea around how to post when you're coming from your own authenticity. So has everyone got your pillars written down? You've got a fair idea around what it is that you do? Angel, you shaking your head? No. Does that mean you don't know what they are, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Angel, you're not alone.
So I would just be, when I feel that I'm a little bit challenged in these areas, before I go to sleep at night, I ask the angels to guide me, or whoever it is, the universe, whatever, to guide you, to give you, to the answers that you need around what your pillars are. What is important? And I think when you find your pillars, it's what's important to you. What's the most important thing to you in your life? So for me, it's family and connection, right? Family and connection are really important to me. So having connection with my family, my kids, my friends, having that connection is really important to me. So is that important to you?
Is that kind of like values?
Yeah, it is like values.
Great.
Yeah, pretty much the same as values, you could call it that. So have a think about those, because those are something that you definitely can be using when you're posting. So now another thing that we do with add values is, it can be anything that is inspiring in terms like inspirational quotes. There's a lot of Facebook pages and things that you can go to that have lots of inspirational posts. I use Google. I love Google. So mind you, I do have my own brand and I make them up myself, but if you go to Google, if you think, oh, I'm feeling like this, I want to post about this today. And so you go to Google, pop it up, Google Images, and all these quotes will come up and you'll post about it. And then as long as you're putting something small up the top, something about, oh, I'm really feeling this today, or, can anyone else relate, or whatever, as long as there's some words there as well, your own words, then that is something that is really inspiring. And that doesn't take much. So if you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to post today, then do one of those. Another thing that we do is we do interactive posts. Now, interactive posts you can do once or twice a week, and these are simple things like I've got so many of them in my photos. If anybody wants them, please let me know. In fact, what I might do is even make an album up in Soul Tribe with all the interactive posts and pop them in there so you guys can put them in your photo album as well. But it's essentially asking a question to get people to interact on your post, because what happens when people interact on your post? They are increasing your algorithms. So it means that those people are going to see more of your posts. Facebook sees you as active, so they're going to show your posts to those people. Okay. And it also can be an opportunity to create a conversation out of it. So, every time you put an interactive post up, in fact, every time you put any post up, always comment on it, even if it's just emojis. Always love it and comment on it every time, because that also increases your algorithms. Okay, another thing that's really, really important, which is probably the most important thing that we do, and that is create curiosity. And we create curiosity through sharing our journey and being vulnerable. So, and yeah, just that, really, sharing our journey and being vulnerable. So how many of you are feeling better on the program? Hand up. Yeah. Feeling better? Okay, so when you're feeling better, share it. Share it. Simple. Just share it on your page. And you don't have to talk about the products. You just say, wow, I'm feeling so much better, loving this program. And it can be my energy's improved, whatever. Just pinpoint something. It doesn't even have to be your whole story. If you're not someone who's really into writing a whole story, just take an aspect of what you're feeling and pop it up and just say, I'm feeling so much better. Put a nice selfie up of how good you're looking right now, because you're feeling good, you're looking good too, and people will love on it. I tell you what, people will absolutely love on it, and you will get a lot, you'll get some interest as well. So, and those kind of posts, you want to be posting Juice Plus program business posts at least every second day. You don't want to spam your news feed and do it every day, but you want to be doing it at least every second day, because most people will not see all your posts. Most people may only see one of your posts once or twice a week. So even though you feel like, oh, I'm posting way too much about this, you're not, because not everyone sees them. Okay, so now another thing that you can do is sharing insights into your life. So simple things like today, I went out and I got my eyebrows touched up. I posted about it. Or you go out for lunch with a friend, or you're hanging out at the park with your kids and a friend, and you take a photo. Hanging out at the park today. It's a snapshot of your life. It's a snapshot of who you are. You're attracting the tribe to you. So it might be that you're out having coffee with friends. It might be that you're having a chill day and you're lying on the couch. It might be that you're painting your toenails. Whatever it is, take a photo of it and share it. You know, another thing that we do is we live the mission. So even if you're not using the program 24/7, every time you have a shake, take a photo of you in the shake going, off, out, and now I'm having got my daily nutrition or my lunchtime nutrition sorted on the run. You know, in fact, I was going to do that today, and then I didn't get a chance because I was racing around. But that kind of thing, you're creating curiosity, and you know, people are going to go, well, what is it that you're doing? What is that shake? And even if they don't do it straight away, they're watching. And that's another thing. They watch. They definitely watch. Okay, so that is sharing. Now, if anybody's got any questions around sharing, please pop it in the chat because I'm happy to answer them for you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. The next high-paying activity is connecting. This is connecting or reaching out. So why do we do this? Why do we do this? We do this for a number of reasons. One is because we have our algorithms, right? So when we think about our algorithms, when we are talking to people in Messenger, they are also seeing our posts because Facebook sees you as being active and that person you're talking to as being someone that you regularly connect with. So they show that person your posts. So Messenger and Facebook work really beautifully together. So that's why we use both of them every single day. They work really well. And working with those algorithms really helps you boost up your posts. And you'll get to a point where people will start coming to you because they already know what you do and they want to know more and they're ready for it. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, how do we do that? There's a number of ways that we can do that. What I would do is if you're just starting out and you are just starting to build up connections or new connections, what I would do is reach out to people that you haven't spoken to for a long time. You must have old school friends or old colleagues or something that you haven't spoken to for a long time. Just send a little connection message and so say, hey, just thought I'd catch up and see what's going on in your life. It's been ages. That's what I did when I first started, and I got so many customers from it. And you're not reaching out to get customers, you're reaching out to connect and build relationships. That's why you're reaching out, okay? To really genuinely care about people. And another reason why we reach out is for that reason, is because we want to build relationships. We also want to be looking to see if there's any pain or pleasure points. So do you understand what the pain or pleasure points is for people? Anyone that doesn't? Mira? Okay. So your pain or pleasure points. So for example, my pain when I first started in this program was my health. I was really sick and I had a lot of chronic pain and I was really exhausted. That was my pain. But I also had other pain, but that was my first priority pain. And once I got that sorted, my next pain was the fact that I couldn't be at home for my daughter when she needed me, and that we weren't financially getting ahead and we couldn't achieve our dreams like travel the world and, you know, build our house. So when people talk to you, they will often, when you build those relationships, they will often share their pain with you. So, and what we do, how do we do this? Okay, I'm going to share with you what we use. We use FROG, so F-R-O-G. So if you want to write that down, and I'll tell you what FROG means. So FROG is family, recreation, occupation, and goals. So if you reach out to someone and you're like, what do I talk to them about? How, you know, what if the conversation kind of disappears, starts going cold, and they aren't interested in talking? Ask them one of those questions. So how's your kids? It's been ages since we've seen you. Last time I saw you, your kids were like this high, you know. Or, you know, how's your job going? Are you still doing that, you know, whatever job that they were doing? Or, you know, last time we talked, you were going to be traveling overseas, you had a holiday overseas booked or something, you know, that's goals. So use frog to share. And if often, so when we ask these questions like, how's your job? They might say, oh, I hate it. People at work are just awful. They're toxic. I just can't stand the environment. Or they might say, oh, it's okay, but it doesn't pay enough to pay the bills. So, you know, and that's their pain. So whatever their pain is, you can start, you know, talking more about that, relating to them. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, that must be a really hard place to be in. Have you looked at other options? You know, is there any other option you're looking at? So organically the conversation can grow into, well, you know, have you ever looked at working online? Have you ever considered it as an option?
Tanya,
Yeah. Yep.
I wrote friends, recreation, occupation, and goals this morning. Did I get that wrong?
Friends, recreation, occupation, and goals. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you said family earlier. I was a bit.
Family. Yes. Sorry, it's family.
Oh, I did get that wrong.
Yeah, it is family. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Same thing, friends, family, whatever. But usually, when you're talking to a mum or a parent, they usually like talking about their kids, right? So family is self-explanatory, really. Now, where was I? Okay, pain and pleasure. And pleasure, of course, is, you know, that maybe they're working towards going on a holiday and they want to create, they've got a savings account and they've got a goal and they're wanting to achieve this goal, and that's a pleasure. So they're actually working towards it. And you can go, well, actually, do you want to create more income to help you? This could be a really good, you know, travel fund that you could add to. So that's like an example of a pleasure. So that's what we're looking for. That's another reason why we connect with people. Now, how often do we need to do this? So generally, I recommend that you need to be reaching out to at least one new person, starting one new conversation every day. So I do 3 to 5 generally. I do 3 to 5. And then I also do birthday messages. So if any of my friends have got a birthday, I'll reach out and I'll say, happy birthday, hope you're having a beautiful day. And most people will come back and say, thank you so much, I've had a great day. And then that can lead into, so, you know, what did you do and how's the family? And right, so there's another way that you can connect with people as well. Okay, so how often? And of course, the more people that you're able to talk to, the more chances you've got of building that relationship and having the opportunity to even invite them to have a look at what you're doing. But if you've not got time and you can only do one, at least do one a day. Okay, there's the third high-paying activity is following up. So most people can't stand following up. Most people really hate it and hide from it. I used to be this person when I first started, because I used to think, oh, I don't want to hassle them. I don't want to, you know, be a pain. And if they're not interested, I was in that space. Don't be in that space. That is the last, that nothing is going to come to you if you're feeling like that when you're following up. So think of this as actually supporting someone. So I've got a really good example here. We were looking for a plasterer at one point to do the walls in our house, and we'd reached out to about 3 different plasterers and asked for quotes, and one of them had sent a message back to us, or 3 of them had sent a message back to us or anything. And then when we went to follow up, so he hadn't got back to us or anything, and went to follow up, he just didn't respond. We got absolutely nothing back from him, absolutely nothing. And all I could think of was, does he want my business or does he not want my business? Like, I just felt like he was so unprofessional, and I thought, I'm never going to go there again. I'm not even going to give him this opportunity. So if this could be the person that you have, or, you know, who has inquired about the product, you've sent them some information, you've had a conversation with them about it, and you're not following up, either they're going to think, well, you're completely unprofessional and I'm not going to go to you, and they'll go and find somewhere else, or they'll go onto the Juice Plus website and order it and not go through you, or they'll completely forget all about it and it won't become a priority in their life anymore. And then you've lost a customer, or a potential customer. So following up with someone is actually offering them a professional service. You're actually following through on a service that they are requiring and that they have asked for. So following up is so important, and it's actually really easy to do. I mean, I had someone follow up with me the other day, and I actually said to her, I said, thank you so much for reaching out to me, because I really appreciated her following me up. Even though I wasn't interested in what she was offering me, I said, thank you so much for offering this to me. It's not really right for me right now, but if it is later, I'll come back to you. So you're giving someone the opportunity to say yes or say no. And that's really what this is all about. So if you're new, you don't know what to say, please reach out to your upline and ask, how do I follow up with this person? When you send a message to someone inviting them to have a look at the program or the product, or they've inquired about it and you've sent out some information, or you've had a call, don't wait for them to come back to you. They will not come back to you. You need to be proactive and you need to send a follow-up message. Okay. So if you don't know what to say, reach out to your upline and ask your upline for some help with verbiage. Okay, so the next thing that is a high-paying activity is events, training, and conferences. So anything where you are learning, growing, building belief. What we did tonight, we had our event first. It helps you build belief in the product and the business. And then now we've got our training. So take advantage of as many trainings and events as you can, because it's certainly a way to grow. And then, of course, we have our yearly conferences. We used to have them in Australia before COVID. We've actually got one coming up on the 24th of October, which is online. So it's way easier. I would definitely highly recommend that you be part of that, because conferences are amazing. They're so much better when we can actually physically connect with people, and you can meet all your team in Australia, and it's amazing. But definitely be part of that if you can. What does plugging in do? What happens when you plug in? It keeps you inspired. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you learning and growing and wanting more and what I've found in the past, any team who don't come to the trainings, they tend to disappear and fall out of the business, because they lose that motivation, they lose that inspiration. Plugging in keeps you involved, gives you the support that you need from your community. So all of us here, we're a community, we support each other. So you don't just have your uplines, you've also got your sideline buddies, and we're all here to support you. So super, super important. The last high-paying activity is customer care. So for any of you who now have customers, I know there's a few of you that now have customers, so important to look after our customers, because it's so much easier to keep a customer than it is to find a new one. And once you've got a customer, you've got one for life. Once you've got a raving fan customer, you've got one for life. And I tell you what, the amount of my team that are on here right now that was my customer first, Maxine, Tammy, Kieran, and Rachel, again, another one, they were all customers first. So, they're also potential team members, because once you've got someone who loves the product, maybe they want a bit of extra income, but actually they want to share this with their friends because they love it so much, because it has given them so much value for their health and their lifestyle. So looking after our customers. How do we look after our customers? So what I do is in the first 4 weeks, or the first month, is the most critical time that we care for our customers, because in that time they're going through a detox, and this is a time when everything can turn pear-shaped, and if they have a pretty yucky detox, they could go, no, these don't work, I'm not having anything to do with them anymore. So you've got to be clear with them right from the start that there will be a detox period. We don't know how long it's going to take, and we don't know what it's going to look like, because every person's different. Now, in the customer group, which you will be adding all your customers into the, for all of you who are in it, the Soul Project Vitality Hub. In the announcements there is the post about what to expect when you go through a detox. I would definitely recommend tagging your new customers in that so they can read it. They know what to expect. So what to expect for you. So what I usually do is once I've popped my customer's order in, I will let them know that, you know, I've invited them into the Facebook customer group, and I will send them the website and send them the password and tell them to keep this safe and to let me know if they have any questions, and then to let me know when they receive their order. So then what I do is I follow up with them about 4 days later, because that's usually when the orders arrive. And I'll just say, hey, I'm just checking in to see if your orders arrived and if you've managed to have a look at the program website and if you're actually in the group now and you've had a look at all the files. You just want to really connect with them to make sure that you're supporting them on their journey, especially if someone wants to lose weight and they actually want to use the program. So you want to make sure they know what they're doing and where to find the files that they need to follow the reboot. And then what I do is once they've received their products, then I will follow up with them every week after that. So once a week for 4 weeks, I will follow up with them and I'll check in with, hey, how are you feeling? If you're noticing any detox symptoms, you know, how can I help you? So they might be going through a really yucky detox and they'll be asking you all sorts of questions. If you don't know how to answer them, guys, just reach out to your upline and ask for help. Honestly, we've had the weirdest, the most awful detox symptoms that our customers have been through, and we've had the most simple ones. Like my husband didn't have any detox symptoms. So, you know, we just don't know what people are going through. And if you don't know how to answer someone and support someone on their journey, please just reach out. One of the things that we recommend is that they drink water, lots of water. They get lots of rest if they need to have more rest, if they're not feeling good. And if they're really feeling yuck and they just can't handle it, if they have to go to work and it's too much, we reduce their dose down to half until they start feeling better. Those are some really good ways to support them on their journey. But most people, it will just be a little bit of nausea, maybe and a headache, maybe feeling a bit off and a bit tired for a few days. Okay, so then what I do is after that first 4-month period, then I will reach out, I will follow them up once a month until their reshipment in 4 months' time. So I will connect with them a week before their reshipment, and I will just send them a message and I will say, hey, just want to let you know that your next order is due out on whatever this date is. You know, how are you feeling? Let me know how you're going. If you want to make any changes, just let me know. Most people will want to continue. You will have some that says, oh, you know, I'm not really noticing anything. I just want to let it go now and cancel it, or I've got too much because they haven't been taking it. Can I put it on hold? So yeah, keeping in contact is really important. Now, something else that I do when I get a new customer is I always send them a little gift, a little welcome gift. I write in a nice little thank you card saying welcome to the program, to Juice Plus, your Juice Plus journey. You know, I'm here to support you all the way. And I usually send something like a nice little inspirational magnet. If there's someone who was interested in the shakes but couldn't afford them, I'll often send them a shake as well. So just, you know, something nice. And then what I will do is if somebody cancels their order after 4 months, then I will send them a card saying thank you so much for, you know, trying the products. I'm really sorry it didn't work out for you. Hopefully one day if you change your mind, I'll always be here to support you. So just a nice little thank you card. And then when they reship, so when their order reships, I will send them out another gift and a hey, thank you for reordering. And another gift. And often I will send a shake. If I haven't sent a shake to them the first time, I will send it the second time. In fact, I'll often send them a couple of shakes as a little gift too, and something else. So that's it really. And the other thing that I do with customer care is I will often invite them to things. So, you know, if we have our live events or, you know, we have our retreat, I will often invite my customers along because, you know, I want to give them something and make them feel special. And and of course I'll let them know if there's any specials on in case they want to add to their order, or they've got anything else that they want to upgrade. So Janet, is that the same if they're just taking the berry cap? So sorry, what was that, Janet? Do you want to just come off mute, honey?
Yeah, it was just about the detox. If they're just taking that, would it they still have the same effect with just taking the berries?
Yeah, sometimes it depends. I mean, if they're taking it for skin, if they can't afford to do the premiums and their skin's not great, then yes, they can get a detox with it. It will come out of their skin, so their skin could get worse. Skin issues. So often people can get skin rashes. I got a skin rash. I got a skin rash all over my body, and it's quite normal for some people, especially fair-skinned people, to get skin rashes because it's just the way the toxins are coming out. And if they do have eczema or something like that, often it can flare up. I don't know if it did for you, Max, if she's there. Maxine had eczema, and I know it flared up for her, I think. So yeah.
Would you say it's mainly a detox though if they're sort of taking the Premier capsules and things like that? Or I'm just wondering what the difference is if they're taking just one thing, like just the shakes or just the omegas, you know, is there different?
Well, the shakes, they're not likely to get the same kind of detox, but what the shakes can do is they do give a slight detox, because what can happen is because they're so full of you know, good gut flora, then they can often cause a few gut issues for people when they first start taking them. So if people have gut issues, if they, you know, if their gut is not working that well, if it's their digestion is really poor, then often they can get side effects like runny poos or bloating, or, you know, an upset you know, like a flatulence and stuff like that. But generally that goes after a few days. But that's a normal part of it. And I think in a way that's a kind of a detox, but it's not the same as the premiums or the fruit and veg. Definitely, because it's micronutrients, it works at a cellular level, so it's working entirely differently. It's working at a really deep level. So people are more likely to see those detoxes. But in saying that, people have had detoxes from the omegas. Didn't you, Maxine? Did you have a detox with the omegas? Was it you?
It was me, Tanya.
That was you, Tammy.
Yeah, I had just my face came up in quite a not itchy, but more of a sore rash, you know. But it was just like about 3 days, and then it was over, and then my skin was really lovely. So it was like a detoxy thing going on with my skin. I don't have terrible skin, but it's really fine pores. And yeah, same with the shakes. It's the candida die-off. It can just create a bit of gas to start with while they get balanced.
Yeah, and that's perfectly normal. It's perfect. If it doesn't go away, if it continues, then it's not normal. But most people can, you know, it's in the first few days, definitely. I'm just going through these messages. If anyone's asked any questions.
I definitely found with my shake customer, she found that was one thing she really liked, her gut. She's normally not particularly regular with her bowel motions, and she found that like as soon as she started taking shakes, she was every day. Like as soon as she got that good nutrition, she just started going every day, and she found it a lot better. It really helped to detox you.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, thanks for that, Rachel. That's really great, Kat, that your belief is building. That's awesome. It does, you know, and that's why these events are so powerful too. The event that we had on before, because it does help you build that belief in the product and the business and the, you know, industry.
Yeah, I've been tuning into Adam a couple of times, and that's the main building and belief, like just seeing everything on the whiteboard, and I was like, I told you it's not a pyramid scheme. Yeah.
Well, essentially, most traditional businesses are pyramid schemes. It's just the way that they're set up, with the CEO at the top and all the layers down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, Janet. Oh, so I've just seen your message, Kat, about just message if you change your mind. I was looking at his options. So, yeah, I think that definitely needs a follow-up. So we can talk about that tomorrow on Power Hour if you want.
Yeah,
Or
I thought about
Tammy.
yesterday. I thought about yesterday. I thought, no, it's his birthday. I better not bug him. So I might look at that tomorrow.
Yeah, or you can ask Tammy for help. She's great with her follow-up messages, aren't you, Tammy? Can't
Yeah,
hear you, honey. You're muted.
Yes, I can help tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, because I had a message about posting as well because I haven't quite been there lately. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So posting is so important. I know, sometimes I don't get my post done until 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I've got a crazy day of messages that I'm trying to catch up on. So sorry, team, if I take ages catching up on your messages, but I just have so many these days. But it doesn't matter what time you do it as long as you pop them out. It really doesn't matter. And they don't have to be a full story every time. You don't have to write a novel. It can just be something really simple. Yeah. Anyone
it
got
happens that way with me.
Yeah, and that's fine. The thing is, it's got to be authentic to you. And I don't know if I actually talked about this, but authenticity is the most important thing. You've got to be authentic to yourself because your friends are going to look at your post and go, well, that's not Kat. That's not something that Kat would post. So, it's got to come from you so that they know that you're genuine and what you're doing is, something coming from your heart. So
Yeah, I'm genuine about my posts, but at the moment there's like things I don't really want to post about. I'd rather be in a better frame of mind.
okay, so to get into a better frame of mind, there's lots of things that you can do about that. Were you on training last night when I took Kat's training?
Oh yeah, I wondered what happened to Kat here.
Oh,
Yeah.
she wasn't very well, so she asked me to take it very last minute, so it was very rushed, but I just anyway, what I was really wanting, the point that I was getting to is even using something like that, Kat. So when you're feeling in a negative space, change it to something positive. Even if it's something a little bit more positive, it doesn't have to be amazing and huge and like the beautiful Karen with her business is epic and all this. It doesn't have to be that. It's got to work for you where you are right now. But every little change that you make is better than that feeling that you're in. So give that a go. Because the last thing you want to be doing is sending a message or sharing a post when you're not feeling, when you're not feeling it. Do you know what I mean? Because other people will pick up on that energy. It's all energy.
Yeah.
Cool. Has anyone else got any questions? Just writing all your names down. Well done for jumping on, team, and putting your cameras on. Love it. I love this. Can't wait for the draw on Friday. So many names on here. It's great. Yeah, that's a good idea, Rachel. That's always a nice way to do it. No other questions? That must mean that you guys have got this.
Oh, I was just going to say, Tanya, I've got
Yep.
a list of things to post about, so I'll just pop that in Soul Tribe chat.
Great. Thank you. The other thing, make sure that you're in the post ideas for the Soul Project as well. So for anybody who's not in that group, there's some really good templates and images that you can use in there. You can copy and paste the templates. There's really good testimonials. So, you'll see mine in there, you'll see Maxine's in there, you'll see a few of our team members in there and the stories that they've shared. You're allowed to copy and paste those templates, those testimonials, and copy the image and use the image as sharing a testimonial on your page. That's great. I'm pleased it was helpful, Anka. You've got your phone calls, you've got your meetings tomorrow. Oh, by the way, did you pick up your shoes? Because my son bought them in. He's like, what are these doing in the letterbox, Mum? I'm like, go and put them back. Yeah, that was after I got back.
Yeah, sorry. It was really
It's all
funny
good.
because I had a mind block because when I saw your message, I thought you said my letterbox. So I thought my letterbox.
Oh,
And then I reread it and I realized, oh, stupid me.
great. I'm glad you got them in the end, though. Well, good luck for that. You know that I'm around.
God, thanks.
Yeah, if you need me. Cool. Okay. All right, well, I might just love you guys and leave you then. It's 8:30. Don't want to leave you for, keep you up much longer. It's your Wednesday night. So, and hopefully we'll see some of you on Power Hour tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I say, if you've got any questions, anything that you're concerned about, or you don't know how to respond to people or talk to people or whatever it is, reach out, anything, please reach out to your upline. That's exactly what they're here for. They're here to support you, to help you grow and build your business. Yeah. Bye, team.
Awesome.
Have a
Bye.
gorgeous evening.
Hi, Tanya. Really good. Thanks.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.